The North Carolina Senate has advanced a bill that would repeal a Jim Crow era law that was intended to restrict the rights of African Americans. Want to know more? Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Before I jump into this, I want to thank my friends over at the Warrior Poet Society Network. If you would like to support the Warrior Poet Society, check them out. Link will be down below. You can join the Warrior Poet Society Network and save 10% with code Guns and Gadgets. The guys over there are doing great things, and it's a new year over there on the platform with a lot of new and very interesting and funny shows as well. And there's some cool training on there if you want some training too, and maybe might not be able to go to the range with trigger time with the cost of ammo and everything. This is a good place to get some too. Link will be down below. Remember, you can save 10% with code Guns and Gadgets. Let's get on to the news here in North Carolina. So in North Carolina, there's been a pistol permit required to purchase pistols, and it's been that way for a very long time. Now, Grassroots North Carolina, and the president there is Paul Vallone. You've seen him on this channel before. They've been working for almost 20 years to repeal this law, and it's starting to look very positive. It passed this past Wednesday in the North Carolina House by a vote of 69 to 48. Now, of those 69 votes to pass it, 2 of them were Democrats, and of those 48 votes to not pass this bill, 1 was a Republican, Dudley Green, who used to be a sheriff. If Dudley Green is your state rep, you might want to call that person. But the bill is H398. I'll have a link down below. And like I said, this bill has been a pain or a thorn in the sides of people in North Carolina who want to buy a pistol. So this bill to repeal that law also has the support of the North Carolina Sheriff's Association, which is cool because you often see a lot of police around the country, when there's a pro-gun bill that comes out, come out and say the same stupid stuff like, oh, this is going to make our jobs harder, or this is going to turn the town into the OK Corral in the Wild Wild West. That never ever happens when people get more rights back, ever. But I want to give you a quote from Paul Vallone from Grassroots North Carolina. He said, "Today, the North Carolina General Assembly is taking a step toward abolishing a vestige of the Jim Crow era, which is being used by a small number of sheriffs to obstruct citizens from protecting their families, as well as bringing gun purchase background checks into the 21st century. The GRNC would like to thank primary bill sponsor, Representative Jay Adams, and Republican leadership. We would also like to thank the North Carolina Sheriff's Association for its support." I'll have a link down below that you can go to and see everybody who voted yes and everybody who voted no. It's the ayes and the nays. And you can see where your rep fell in line, and I'll also have a link down below in the description that will allow you to find out who your representative is and how you can contact them as well. What am I doing? Now, in reading the law and the paperwork that's gone on leading up to the vote and the different versions of stuff, I want people to know in North Carolina, because this question may or may not come up. Any prosecutions for offenses committed prior to this going into effect will not be abated. That's just something I think people might want to know if, in fact, they might be asking. But this is another win on the side of the Second Amendment here in the United States of America. But this one is not over. It still has to go to the state Senate. I'll also have a link down below. You can figure out who your state senator is in North Carolina. Guys and gals, spread this. If you don't live in North Carolina, share it, because it will eventually get to someone who does live in North Carolina, and they're going to need to act on this. And I thank you for that effort. As always, if you'd like to help support the channel, there are ways in the description of every single video to include Patreon and more. And don't forget to check out the Warrior Poet Society Network. They're doing big things. Their platform is growing exponentially, and it could be the wave of the future here for those of us on the Second Amendment side. Guys and gals, thank you. As always, thank you for your time. Happy Mother's Day to all the lovely ladies watching. Guys, don't forget to call your mom if she's still around, if you're lucky enough to still have her. If you have a wife who, or a baby mama, however you want to term it, if there's a mother in your life, make sure that you make them feel a little bit special today. And I appreciate you all. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry your weapon, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.